Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with the Lumini on GTA 5. Now, they are playing around in a fairly normal online session, as you would expect. There is chaos going on, there is a bit of shooting. Now, they are running to their tank. Okay, sure, fair enough. When they manage to trip over a Forza, slide under said tank, and then the game decides just to kill them. Yep, that is a trip on a Forza. I don't know what more to add really on that one. AirGhost is up next on GTA 5, racing around a stunt circuit when everything looks like it's going fairly well. The car kind of digs into the ground, does a backflip, hits a boost pad, cannot avoid the water. That is it's a very weird way for the car to have flipped, but yeah, bad times. Andrew is up next in a race on GTA 5. We all know the terrible rammers who managed to take out the lead car, goes to push the player we're following into the wall. Fantastic recovery. The only way it could have gone better had the flip landed and the car managed to take out the vehicle that was initially causing the chaos, but still pretty damn good going. Cliff Lane is up next on Driver 3 with possibly some of the most rolls I've ever seen in a crash. So they're driving along in the hot rod. They managed to roll it off of some stairs. Okay, sure, you know, that kind of thing happens, but it just doesn't know when to stop rolling. This vehicle, I expected it to be, you know, a fairly short clip, but nope, it's somehow still, we might have managed to make perpetual motion with this vehicle, and it's rolling. I have no idea how many rolls it's done here, because it's an awful lot. It's spinning incredibly quickly through all of this. Still carries on, bouncing its way down the road. It only comes to a stop when it hits a lamppost. It fires the car onto the beach, and then it stops rolling, but still, that is a serious number of rolls right there. Speaking of, we move on to Forza Horizon 4. Now, it's not that unusual to see cars essentially not stop rolling over in Forza game. It's something that happened on Horizon 4, something that happens on Horizon 5, but I've never seen it with an AI traffic car. No, that is one of the BMWs that does not want to stop rolling at all. It's very peculiar behaviour. It does eventually come to a rest, but still. Turtleboy is up next on WRC 10, managing to not only once, but twice get away with rolling, land on the wheels, and pointing in the right direction. That might be the luckiest Toyota in the world. So they turn it a smidge too soon. Hit the inside dirt bank, fires and wide, understeers, clonks that banking, it manages to roll through the trees, there's a miracle, and then lands on its wheels to bounce off the other side and land on its wheels again. A little bit of oversteer on the landing, but yeah. Once is impressive, managing to do twice in a row is staggering luck right there. Timmy is next on World Racing 2. They are all minding their own business when an AI car up ahead. In fact, judging by all of the traffic down there, they've had some issues. But yeah, AI car up ahead understeers into a bus, can't get turned, it gets flung back at the player. I'm pretty sure the purple car as well got in trouble with said bus. But there we go. Train Guides up next on Need for Speed Unbound. Now, they are minding their own business, and I, like them, presume that fence they could drive through. Unfortunately, they could not. The car has a crash, and then the game decides to just be mean. Yeah, they're in a police chase at this point. The game doesn't want to reset them. The Viper is just very slowly rolling down the banking, and no matter what you do, you're going to get busted in the most anticlimactic way possible. Small Man is up next on Project Cars 2. Now, they are racing a classic Formula 1 car, very difficult to drive these things. They managed to just misjudge where the wall is, brush the wall, and, well, the game's had enough. The game has had enough of your shenanigans and decided to shove the car, not only shove the car through the floor, also managed to pop all of the wheels off said car. It almost looks like it might be climbing back up to where it's supposed to be, but no, we're just looking at the underside of Spa at this point. We are on to Assetto Corsa. Now, these roads are always dangerous. They're especially dangerous when you're in very fast Group C car. And sure enough, too much speed into a corner, and the Porsche goes for many, many spins in the air. Yeah. These roads are a real challenge to get right, especially in a car as fast and as crazy as this. So, yeah, a little bit too much speed is easy to get things wrong for the car. I mean, it almost looks like it might recover, but it's a big bank that it has to climb, and the second it gets airborne, it's in trouble. Not as many flips as the Driver 3 clip, but still, a hell of a lot of them. Two-stroke for me is also on Assetto Corsa. Gets things wrong in a braking zone, just puts the wheel on the grass, struggles and struggles, and somehow doesn't collect anybody else. In fact, it is an absolute miracle that the Lotus doesn't. So there's, I think, is it 2 Mercedes up in front that the Lotus manages to avoid. Clonk goes behind, oh, it's a Porsche, goes behind the first one and then in front of the Mercedes. It's so lucky for these AI cars. Yeah, as they're getting slowed down. And across the track we go. I mean, the Mercedes, if anything, has gained ground on the Porsche. We have it in super slow-mo as well. Just for, it is, I mean, at the speeds that they're all going, the Lotus is completely out of control. Nothing that can do at that point. Just, yeah, wheel on the grass, in the braking zone. Those kind of things can happen. And finally, we have Aces Racer on Assetto Corsa. Now, they're doing kind of like a street racy thing. Everything is going fairly well until they go around a corner. And there is a flying skyline. And then the Lexus crashes in sympathy. Now, there's not supposed to be a flying skyline. That is very true. So what actually happened up ahead, the Nissan on the inside clipped the wall, bounced out into the car trying to overtake, which then had nowhere to go, ends up in the scenery, and physics decides to rectify this by spinning it around and then picking it off into the distance. Because how else could you possibly rectify said accident? But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. As ever, if you have clips like submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There'll be a link to it in the description. All the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, a goodbye.